Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
City of Romulus regular council meeting for Monday, February 23rd, 2015. And this evening, we need to amend the agenda. Under the clerk's report, we are going to strike 6A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. And those were ordinances that, in the city fee schedule. And number 1 is agenda. 2 is minutes. 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5, mayor's report. 6A, clerk's report. 6B, treasurer's report. 7, public comment. 8, unfinished business. 9, new business. 10, communication. 11 is the warrant 15-04, and 12 is adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Kraut, supported by Ms. Choate, for approval of the amended agenda as presented. Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Stepped out.
She's out of the room.
Motion approved. Let's move it.
2A, minutes from, the approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting held February 9th, 2015.
So move for February the 9th, 2015.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting held February 9th, 2015. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
2B, there were no special meeting minutes for this week. And 3 is petitioner, PC 2015-002, PRO K9 Acres, special land use request for a dog training facility and commercial kennel at 15750 Merriman Road. We have our city planner, Carol Mays, here this evening. Jennifer Guthrie, and Joe Dembski, if you would approach the podium, please.
Good evening. Good speaking to the mic. It's kind of
Sure.
directional. Okay, thank you.
Okay. My name's Jennifer Guthrie. I'm the owner of Pro Canine, and we are a in-home dog training business. We've been around since 2001. We service all of Southeast Michigan and helped thousands of dogs and owners get to those training goals. Up to this point, we've been operating without a facility because everything has been in-home and been successful that way. But we've been dreaming of making this facility for ourselves to continue training and providing other activities for clients and their dogs. So that's where Pro Canine comes in. We purchased the home on Merriman this last year, and it's a great location for us. It's centrally located for most of our clientele. It's zoned properly for the usage. It's got 10 acres of land, almost 10 acres of land, and an existing pole barn for us to get started on things. So as soon as I knew I was getting the home, I started speaking with the city to make sure we knew what we had to do to meet city requirements, and go in on the project here to draw up all the civil engineering plans on it. The project itself is going to be worked on in phases, but the plans that we've presented represent the end result of things. Eventually, we'll have a boarding facility itself. We'll have private fenced-off areas to bring dogs out to work with them safely without the influence of other things around. And then this first phase that we're trying to get started this year is being able to finish off our pole barn and fence off one area to continue doing additional training now. Anything to add to that?
Yes. The site amenities will be secured parking lot with a power.
Can you speak, the mic, it's kind of directional, so, thank you.
The site will be secured with a powered gate. There's 4 secured and fenced training fields from a half an acre to 5 acres. There's also a secured kennel yard outside of the kennels. There's a 1/4 acre pond for dog dock jumping and irrigation. The building's been arranged for maximum site surveillance from a reception desk, and that would be in the Phase 2 building, which is adjacent to the Phase 1 pole barn building. There'll be an indoor conditioned training field. There's a home room for home setting dog rehabilitation. There's a water therapy pool. There's 20 individual kennels with separate housing areas, all indoor, with 120 square foot outdoor runs per dog. The dogs do not face each other. The dog kennels are sectioned into blocks of 7 dogs or less, which lessens noise and is more comfortable for the dogs and more relaxing. There's no possible nose-to-nose contact. Materials specified are with strict tolerances for dog safety. There's no pinch points for tails, legs, noses, or toes, and there are hygienic finishes, of course. There's grooming services. There's a stepped shower and bathing and drying area. You'll be able to take your dog out and come in and have it bathed and dried and be able to put it in your car and bring it home. And this facility, for its size and the amenities it's providing, should be considered state-of-the-art for kennel design, training, and welfare of the dogs.
Thank you. Any questions?
Mr. Barton, if I can, I look at at the project, and I'm impressed, but at the same time, I'm a little skeptical. Who's your customer? Who, if I want to come to your place,
Sure.
I come with my dog, or you sell me a dog?
Oh, no. We train other people's dogs. We're not
Okay.
breeding dogs.
You're not breeding dogs, you're not
No.
opening up a puppy mill down there, and I'll be very frank about that. I have
Absolutely
no-
not. That's
I've got some
the exact
deep
opposite.
thoughts about that
I do
term,
too.
puppy mill.
I do.
Okay.
Absolutely, I do. I actually work a lot with rescues as well in helping them train their dogs to make sure that they're more adaptable. So, no, it's nothing like that. This is merely a facility for people to be able to come and safely exercise and work with their dogs.
So if somebody purchases a dog and they want to get obedience training,
Correct.
they come to your place?
Yep, absolutely. I kind of joke, think of it as a gym membership for dogs.
Okay, and it's not, you're not selling to law enforcement, you're not,
No,
it's for individuals, okay.
individuals, right.
And,
Right.
well, then it sounds good to me, but that term, puppy mill, and when I said it, your eyes kind of lit up, and I'm like what you said back to me. Okay, fine.
Okay, we have Ms. Roscoe and then Ms. Abdo.
Jen and Joe both did a great presentation at the Planning Commission, because you kind of went more in-depth as to, how many dogs you can kennel later on, and I think you said 20, eventually.
But when the boarding building is finally
complete.
constructed, that's the last phase, yeah, it should house 20 dogs.
And then she went into into how people will be able to just come and actually train their own dogs there. You'll have facilities where they'll have
Yes,
things
so,
set up where you can actually bring your own dogs in, and you don't have to come there and have you do it or somebody else do
Correct.
it. So it kind of goes hand in hand with our new dog park, except for it's going to be on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have the pond and so on and so forth. And,
Right.
And, of course, everyone likes the idea of being able to have their dog clean when they have to bring him back home. So, but they did a great job at Planning Commission. Nobody really had any issues. Everything you're asking for here with waivers made total sense with the gravel instead of pavement or asphalt, being the fact that Merriman's gravel road anyways. And, the dumpster, you don't need a dumpster yet, but she did stipulate that down the road, if it became necessary, you could get that. And then, of course, the payment in lieu of the sidewalks, because there is no sidewalks down
Right.
in that area. And then, of course, the metal siding and decorative concrete block instead of the 50% brick, because that's the way everything is right now.
Right.
But you give a great presentation, explained everything, how you were gonna do it in your phases the other day, and no one had any issues at all, so. But I say welcome, because like I said, you're gonna have center location, especially when it comes time to board dogs with the airport right there, and people just I know when I've had to leave and needed to leave my dog somewhere, it's hard to find somewhere to do that.
It is very
Close.
difficult, and that's where this is stemmed from. I'm always being asked.
But thanks for
Who
being
can
so
they trust?
thorough and having kind of, as they say, all your ducks in a row.
Yeah, thank you.
Ms. Abdo, and then I think Mr.
You
Wadsworth.
sort of answered the question I had. My question was on boarding. You say that's the final phase.
Yeah.
How long are we talking with that? I mean,
As soon
Time
as
span.
possible. This first year, I'm really focused on, like I said, getting our pole barn finished off, get the parking lot in, get one fence up. Next year, we'll be focusing on the other yards, and doing everything I can to raise the funds needed to build the actual kennel facility itself, so that it's done right. I'm hoping it's a 3-year plan
that's my
to
question.
do that, yep.
Mr. Wadsworth, did you have something?
I think, this is where Roscoe answered my question. You're going to board dogs or people that want to come and go on vacation.
Right,
Is someone going to be living on site here?
yes, absolutely. It's my personal residence.
Oh, okay, very good. That answers that question quite well. Good, welcome. I like the
Thank you.
plan. And it's not a puppy mill.
Absolutely not.
Very good, very good. Say it over, there's too many unwanted, animals in this world.
Absolutely. That's why I got into this.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
If there's no other questions, I'll make a motion.
I had a
Do you have a
comment.
question?
I had a comment.
Okay, go ahead, Ms.
I think it's a wonderful, absolutely wonderful facility.
Thank you.
But I still have to vote no because of the sidewalk. I am very opposed to the payment in lieu of sidewalks. And I said some time ago that any new facilities coming in with no sidewalk, I cannot vote for it. So, but I think it's a wonderful project that you have.
Okay.
Okay, your support.
Support.
Alrighty.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Kraut, for the PC 2015-002 Pro K9 acres special land use request for a dog training facility and commercial kennel at 15750 Merriman Road. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
No.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 4 is the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk Barbara. Today we had a study session on the different fee studies at 7. At this time, I'd like to yield to recognize Councilman Wadsworth.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. I'd like to talk about a fundraiser that's going to be held this Friday at the Progressive Hall, and it's going to be put on by the people from the 34th District Court, and it's going to be for retired police sergeant. His name is Cliff West. I think all of us know who I'm talking about. Cliff served this town for many, many years, and he retired with the Cliff retired with the hope that he'd have a normal retirement. Unfortunately, Cliff has been put in a wheelchair and now needs 24 hours care 7 days a week. It's not the normal retirement that anybody wants. I've known this man approximately since about 1978 for my last 20 years at the airport, as I wore a brown uniform and he wore a blue uniform. There were many times that we would cross paths with things that were on the Middle Belt, Eureka Road. This is a good man, and he's been dealt a terrible thing, and his family is in financial need, And the breakfast is going to be this Friday at the Progressive Hall from 7 a.m. until 9 a.m. And I would urge everybody that has ever given to my cause with the Romulus Animal Shelter, stop and think about Cliff West. He needs our help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Reverend Talley and the volunteers, such as like elected officials and residents of Romulus, for a great soul food dinner that was held on Tuesday, the 10th of this year. The food was great. The people was friendly. It was a great turnout. Everyone had a great meal, and it was very successful. Also, I'd like to thank the Mayor of Burcroft and his administration for giving a great Black History breakfast. I'm sure the mayor would expand on that in his report, but really enjoyed it. It was really nice and very thoughtful of the mayor and his administration and all the people involved. And now I'd like to read, it's a funny thing on hazardous waste collections. The people keep saying, well, keep repeating that, because some people say, I didn't get that last time. I'm glad that you keep repeating it. So I'm just going to give the quick overview of our hazardous waste collection, and it's sponsored by the Wayne County Department of Public Services. Now, this phone number, if you have any questions, is area code 734-326-3936. And the first one is Saturday, April the 4th, at 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's at Garter Road, just south of I-94, which is the Romulus Civic Center right here at our City Hall here. And examples of acceptable items are household paints, dyes, floor wax, furniture polish, pharmaceuticals, fertilizers, nail polish, automobile batteries, cell batteries, fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, mercury thermometers, thermostats, and mercury elementals, computers, monitors, printers, scanners, keyboards, cell phones, fax machines, copiers, and even televisions. Again, that number is area code 734-326-3936. That would conclude the chairperson's report.
Chair,
Yes, Ms.
I'll
Roscoe.
make a motion to accept your report. Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Choate, to accept the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Choate.
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Mr. Kraut.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. That concludes the chairperson's report. Thank you.
5 is the mayor's report.
Good evening, council, treasurer, deputy clerk, and audience. Tonight brought this quote that will hit home with us. It goes as this: "No winter lasts forever, no spring skips its turn." So just remember, we're getting closer. It's been a tough February. You know, we had it really pretty easy up until the month of February. It's been cold. Just a reminder to the seniors, we do have the senior center open as a warming center this week. If during the day up to 4 o'clock, if they need a place to go to stay warm, but be safe out there. It's cold weather. It's warm in here, and we're going to wish a happy birthday to Councilwoman Roscoe. Happy birthday tonight. It's your birthday, so happy birthday.
Appreciate that.
Couple things, just information. I want to pass along some thank you and appreciation. We had on Valentine's Day a mayor's ball. Myself and Mayor Conley from Belleville had a ball to help the Boys and Girls Club of Romulus and Belleville, or the Donahue Club in Belleville. I just wanted to thank everybody who participated in that. We had a ton of great sponsors. Rob McLaughlin was our chairperson of that event. If you know Rob, he did a first-class job. It was a great event, put a lot into it. Bottom line is the approximate number that we raised, that all these funds stay in the Romulus and Belleville Club, go right to events and sponsor programs, about $20,000, right around the $20,000. So that was good work done for boys and girls that will appreciate it. So however you participated or supported it, thank you for that. A couple other things to make mention of. Mr. Chairman mentioned a breakfast. I want to recognize on the 17th, we had a Black History breakfast recognition at the Romulus Athletic Center. There were two categories of folks that were recognized. We had a special recognition for Oliver Warren. If you remember Oliver, he kind of helped pioneer our cable in the city of Romulus. So we gave an award to him and recognized him, as well as the APA and Coleman Center, who have been active in many different events. It's a great, here's something on our report tonight about that, but basically have been kind of an area that has promoted a lot of positive things in our community. I want to thank the St. John's Lodge 44 for attending. They had a great turnout. We had elected officials there. We had a couple people that spent a lot of time organizing it. We had Jasmine Dancy, Tanya Cofield, and then also Chris Dunn helped present. But a lot of people gave input. We want to make it better and better, so if you have ideas on how we can make it better next year, please pass that on. Also, today, actually, we had before our early meeting, tonight we had at the Senior Center, they were doing a tour of the Underground Railroad. So they had the senior bus, and they were taking people kind of around. We have some real unique history in Romulus that ties to the Underground Railroad. Our library had a program last week that was for kids and adults. That was, they had a lady that was a speaker from Nankin Mills in Livonia, and I learned a ton of things about the Underground Railroad. The symbols they use to allow people to know how to pass to the north and follow the Big Dipper in the sky, and certain things that they did to know where a safe haven was, where people could stay along the route. So those are just some little things we've been doing throughout Black History Month, but they're important things and they're good things. So I would just want to thank all the people that have been involved in those. I have a sad note request that I wanted to request of City Council if I could. I'd like to ask for a memorial resolution for the family of Eric Waters. I'd like to speak on that.
Support.
Mr. Chairman, under discussion, I just wanted to mention, we lost Saturday morning, one of my classmates, the class of '82 of Romulus High School, Eric Waters. If you knew Eric, he was a great guy, very personable, but a fantastic athlete. You know, great in track. His sport that he really excelled in was wrestling. You know, from middle school all the way on, he represented the city of Romulus in the state finals up in Lansing. But, you know, just goes to show you, you know, you're physically fit, but yet he had a massive heart attack Saturday morning and passed away. So was contacted by his family. They are having visitation tomorrow at Cranes, and then a funeral service on Wednesday morning at 11. But, you know, Eric was a great guy. He has family here. You know, he has a sister here. His brother Fidel's here as an older brother. His parents were great, raising their whole family. I remember him from Little League Baseball. I was talking to Mr. Dunn at church Sunday, and he remembered things about Eric on his Little League Baseball team. So very active in a lot of things in our community, but just a great guy. We lost a great person, and I know his family is really hurting. So just if you could keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Kraut, for memorial resolution for Mr. Eric Waters. Mr. Wadsworth? Yes. Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you for that. A couple items for request for action tonight. Nothing huge, but the first one is actually 5A. What you have before you is a request to authorize a no-fee permit for the construction of a cement pad for the pavilion at the Thomas J. Coleman Center Park, and for permits associated with the assembly of that pavilion kit.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr. Abdo.
I'll make that motion to authorize a no-fee permit for the construction of the cement pad for the pavilion at the Thomas J. Coleman Center.
Support.
A motion by Mr. Abdo, supported by Mr. Kraut. Authorizing no fee permit for the construction of the cement pad for the pavilion at the Thomas J. Coleman Center. Any discussion? Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Cho?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Next item up is a request for an introduction of budget amendment 14/15-14, and that's just to adjust the library fund expenses as approved by the library board for the 14-15 fiscal year, and the details attached.
So move, Mr. Chairman, for the introduction of a budget amendment 14/15-14 for the library fund.
Support.
A motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Cho, to introduce budget amendment 14/15-14 for the adjustment of library fund. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Cho?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Last item for action is a request to approve introduction of budget amendment 14/15-15, and that's to repair the generator here at City Hall and the Senior Center, and for the coverage of the rental of the standby power generator.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make the motion to introduce budget amendment 14/15-15 to repair the generators at City Hall and the Senior Center and cover rental of the standby generator.
Support.
A motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Cho, to introduce budget amendment 14/15-15 to repair the generators at the City Hall and the Senior Center and cover rental of a standby generator. Any discussion? Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Cho?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. That concludes my report.
Thank you.
6A is the clerk's report, and Clerk Ellen Bragg is not here this evening. She's home ill, and I'd just like to send some get well wishes her way. And we are going to go to 6A7. That is
6.
Oh, I'm
6A6.
sorry, 6A6?
Yeah.
Thank you. We have a request for a 1-hour study session for March 9th, 2015 at 6:30 PM to discuss the rubbish contract bid.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make a motion for the 1-hour study session request for March 9th, 2015 at 6:30 PM to discuss the rubbish contract bid.
Support.
A motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Abdo, for 1-hour study session request for March 9th, 2015 at 6:30 PM to discuss the rubbish contract bid. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Cho?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we'll have our study session.
We have another request for a 1-hour study session to discuss perpetual care for the cemetery and proposed changes to the cemetery rules and regulations.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Ms. Cho?
I'd like to that we adopt a resolution scheduling the meeting for the proposed perpetual care and new rules and regulations.
Support.
Been motion by Ms. Cho, supported by Ms. Abdo, for 1-hour study session request to discuss the perpetual care for the cemetery and proposed changes to the cemetery rules and regulations. Monday?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Ms.
this would be for Monday, March 23rd at 6:30 PM. I forgot to add that into the motion.
Okay, and it's for Monday, March 23rd, 2015 at 6:30. Ms. Cho?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, study session approved.
That concludes the clerk's report. 6B is the treasurer's report.
One more. We're not doing it.
Good evening, council, mayor, deputy, as well as the audience. I just have a couple items under my report. First of all, I'd like to remind taxpayers that tax bills are due March 2nd. Normally, that would be February 28th. However, that falls on a Saturday. So we are accepting tax bills through March 2nd. Please keep in mind, if for some reason you don't make it to the treasurer's office or mail it on time, you can use the drop box. We had a few residents that came in a day late and weren't aware of the drop box, and so I just want to remind everybody, it is out there. Please use it. We will empty that drop box and process those payments on time. So if we don't see you on the 2nd, please drop your payment in that drop box. After the 2nd, those payments are payable to Wayne County. And so just want to remind everybody to try to get those in. And then secondly, council has a letter. It's our official request to attend the MMTA Advanced Institute from April 29th through May 1st. The Advanced Institute offers continuing education that prepares participants to perform complex treasurer duties and meets the requirements for treasurers seeking to renew the MICPT and CPFA certifications. The funds are available and budgeted for fiscal year 2014-15.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make a motion to approve for the treasurer and deputy treasurer to attend the MMTA Advanced Institute from April 29th through May 1st, 2015.
Support.
Motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth for approval for the treasurer and the deputy treasurer to attend the MMTA Advanced Institute from April 29th through May 1st, 2015. Discussion? Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, and I just have one final comment. The deputy treasurer and I have been working really hard over at the senior center for income taxes, and that's going very well. And for anybody that has not had a chance, please call over to the senior center if you're interested in having your taxes done. It is a free service, and it's for those that are disabled, senior, or low income. But I do want to remind those that we haven't seen yet to please bring your ID and all your forms with you. Even if they are not taxable, we still need to report those. So please be prepared and bring all those forms with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
7 is public comment, and this is the portion of the council meeting where members of the audience may address council. We have no written requests this evening, but if anyone would like to address council, please raise your hand, and once you're recognized by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name and address.
Any comments from the public? No comments, so we'll close that part out.
8 is unfinished business.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Abdo?
I just wanted to remind the community that this Sunday is the Chad Tough fundraiser for pediatric cancer research that is sponsored by the Romulus National Honor Society. We still have tickets left, they're $20, and like I said, the money will be going for pediatric cancer research. Thank you.
9 is new
Mr.
business.
Barton? I'd just like to remind the public that this weekend at the Romulus Animal Shelter is the annual Dog and Cat Shot Day. You can come there for a very reasonable fee. You also can get your dog license there, and our friend Dr. John Herman will be there along with Robin from Fluff and Puff. And at the end of the day, Dr. John always writes a check for the shelter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
And next week I'll talk about the bowl-a-thon. I won't talk about it now.
Okay.
Is any new business? Is 10, communication.
Yes, Ms. Roscoe?
Well, talking about birthdays, and I appreciate all the birthday wishes today, I ran into a friend in Myers, and we were talking about how this week, everybody, when we were in high school, it was like, in school, everybody's birthdays. So I told him I was gonna give him a shout out, and this Thursday is Chuck McBride's birthday, and I just wanna tell him happy birthday, and say hello to him and his wife Kathy.
Thank you. I I just want to say happy birthday, Miss Roscoe. I got it right this time, to my left. Happy birthday again, Miss Roscoe.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
11 is warrant 15-04.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Choate,
I'd like to make a motion that we pay warrant number 15-04 in the following amounts. General Operating Fund, $149,254.29. Major Street Fund, $59,399.17. Local Street Fund is $5,524.87. Cable is $824.91. Sanitation Fund is $132. Community Development Block Grant is $82.68. 911 is $1,091.88. Narcotics Enforcement Fund is $15,195.24. Water and Sewer, $91,716.03. Motor Vehicle Fund, $18,761.53. Technology Services, $7,345.12. Retirees Insurance Benefits, $205,967.12. Revolving Fund is $1,974.50, and the Payroll Fund is $301,629, let me start that one over. $301,623.29, for a grand total of $892.63.
it's been motioned by Ms. Choate, supported by Mr. Kraut, to pay warrant number 15-04 for $858,892.63. Ms. Choate,
Yes.
Mr. Kraut,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Warrant number 15-04 will be paid.
12 is adjournment.
Moved.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. We are adjourned. Thank you.